Welcome into the Grapevine on a Thursday morning here on the Smooth Breakfast. You are alive. This is Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. We love entertainment and all the good gist as well. And that is what the Grapevine is all about. Welcome into another very interesting session today. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:15. This is what we get into. Today isn't going to be any different whatsoever. My name is Ayokunmi, and I'm so glad to be here today because a lot of things that we actually going to be talking about and looking at and just shaking and breaking tables where necessary. That is something that we tend to get up to, and you get to join us as well, so please do. We look forward to hearing from you, reading from you as well, all the time. WhatsApp, the number is 0911 999 0981 We're also on YouTube. You can find us at Smooth 981 FM Lagos, Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Those are the ways that you can join us this morning. Leave your comments on YouTube as well. I'll take them with the WhatsApp messages most definitely. All right, joining me this morning, it's a full house as per the usual on a Thursday. Two main men are joining me, of course, Oris and James Silas. James Silas, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, good morning, everybody, wherever you're listening from. Shout out to those of you that have been listening since day one. You're the real MVP.
Yes, sir, the real MVPs, believe me. And for those who are tuning in for the first time, you are most welcome. Oris in the building as well. Oris, good morning to you. You're muted, Oris.
Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, James. And good morning, Lagos.
Are you awake? You want to go back to bed?
Whatever that means, James, whatever that means.
Guy, it sounds too sloppy. Speak up.
Sloppy. I said that's the word.
That's
James,
the word.
that's the word.
Yeah, I don't say that's the word I'm using.
I share vocabulary is
not fully awake
that's
yet.
What I'm using. It sounds too sloppy. Not slurry, sloppy.
Sloppy.
That's gracious.
Anyways,
don't worry. As we get along, Horace is definitely going to get into his elements. That I'm very, very, very sure of. And talking about getting into our element, let's get into the groove this morning. And we're gonna talk about gym wear. Yes, according to this story, Nigerian celebrities have been slamming what they call quote unquote indecent gym wear. I mean, we know Nigerians have been embracing the fit fam lifestyle. Gyms across the country have seen a surge in new members and the popularity of trendy workout wear as well. It seems like, going to the gym now, if you don't go to the gym now, you don't know what you're doing, really. And, talking about workout wear from matching sets to branded active wear, fitness fashion has become a statement on its own. However, the rise in form-fitting and revealing outfits has sparked some controversy and conversations across social media. Even celebrities are speaking on what is now widely regarded as the indecent gym dressing issues. Williams Uchemba, spoke about this. He had his thoughts. Teddy A also had his thoughts. And Willie also spoke on this as well. It's interesting, guys, that of the three names I mentioned, they are all guys that had something or the other to say. Now I know that you've been on social media, you've seen videos at gyms and whatnot. I mean, what are your thoughts on this one? Because this has sparked a lot of conversation at different points in time, not just even right now. James.
So first of all, I know that if you bring it up in this conversation, a lot of the ladies or women will say, "Oh, it's your mind, it's you and your mind playing tricks on you, or it's you thinking about it in another way." All right. I know that in other systems, I've been to other societies or other places where nobody even cares about what you're wearing. People wear, bikini. Summertime, they wear pants and bra on the road, and nobody even looks at them like it's nothing. But here in Africa, Nigeria, in context, from our religious, orientation to our culture to, a couple of people are working for, for heaven. They are, sort of assigned judges on earth as well. So they have the right, they have a right to, to an opinion about how, people dress and everything. This is not to say that it justifies any situation. I'm just saying that people will talk, all right? Personally, I take my kids out to school every morning, and in the morning you see all of those. There's no shape form that you will not see with of those things. And these days, I don't know if it's for the African people, but I think it was since the advent of BBL in Africa or Nigeria that decided making those things that look like, they are skin tight, they are everything. And I know I can understand that, but the truth is that there wasn't a market for it as well. People will not be looking because we hear a lot of things, the trainers who are on job, everybody, it's a
Of course,
circle of a
they're
lot
on the
of things
job.
happening.
They're training.
So, but you will not bring it back to yourself personally, or both for the women or whatever. Is it something that you, as a woman, that you like as well? It becomes a question of choice. The fact is that you're not particularly naked, but it's just that people are looking, people are talking, they see these things. If you go to the gym, bro, that's all. It's everywhere. It's what you just get to see. But what are you going to do? It's like somebody wearing what's called a swimsuit to go and at the swimming pool. You really say the person is dressed indecently? Not really. That's what you're supposed to wear for the occasion. So if the gym wear that you are seeing today is offensive, then maybe you should stop going to the gym, because that's what they are wearing for. I don't know. So, but it's also about control. It's also about, because if you people are not paying attention to, if you are not talking about it like this, maybe it wouldn't be a problem. Do you understand? But it seemed to be offensive, and then everybody, you have it right. If even as a gym, or if you have a gym or you run a gym or whatever, you can also say, oh, XYZ type of gym wears are not allowed here. So that people will know that, okay, maybe we're not allowed to wear things like this. But the truth is that it's what it is. I don't think that it should be a problem. And all you have to do is move your eyes from the places and move your mind as well from the places that you think that will get you, or get you thinking about other things. That's where I see it. So, but hey, I can't tell somebody to stop wearing whatever they have to wear.
Oris, James said we should move our eyes and our minds, or don't go to the gym anymore. Stay at home and work out. What do you think about this?
Oh my goodness. Well, I think of course James has a point. If you consider the sheer, I guess, noise that shows up on this subject online, and you're right too. It's not a this year, not even a this week. It's not a this day thing. It's been for a while now that people have been making this commentary about gym wear and about how, I guess, it's mostly women, to be honest, and how revealing what they wear to the gym is. I think for me, it's hard to legislate. You can't say, don't wear this, don't wear that. All I will say is that maybe there should be a spot in people's minds for consideration. I think that's the only way. You can only appeal and say, you know what, maybe, just maybe, consider that, well, men are not particularly, as they say, men are visual creatures. So if there's a small part in these women's minds to say, you know what, maybe I should help my non-saintly brother, it might be a different it might be a different thing. But you cannot say, hey, don't wear this. That's the truth about the matter. It's difficult to say don't do this because it's not against any laws. So it's tricky. All we can say is, you know what, maybe, just maybe, if everybody was mindful of their neighbor, it might be easier to, I guess, plead, because I don't know if you can use anything like force or anything else. It's just, all you can say is, hey, some of us have certain minds. Help us out by not putting it all out there. I guess that's about it.
But the thing is, the very interesting thing about this, I think James alluded to this as well, is, I mean, these same people, would they be having these same conversations if they were in the US, in the UK, where these things were, well, I mean, it's not a big deal.
I know, but I don't think it's entirely fair, honestly, to ignore cultural context in these discussions.
Okay.
If you were in the US, you probably would not expect somebody to, I guess, use their hands to eat rice or something. But there's certain cultures in Nigeria where that happens, certain households where that happens, and, well, that's kind of how it works. So I guess maybe if in the West, many men, I guess, are desensitized towards revealing outfit. I don't know that that's the case here. So when you put that into perspective, I think it means that, well, help us out here. All I can say is help us out here. I do not know that it's necessary. I think it's necessary to remember that there are context to these things. The West already, I mean, they do what they do. Over here, we do what we do. It's the same thing about music videos, right? You'll see what's it called? Rihanna, Beyonce, whatever it is, all of these stars and the way they dress in their music videos. But people seem to have an issue when such kind of dressings are replicated in a Nigerian music video. It's just a cultural context thing. So I don't know that we should be looking always to adopt everything the West does without minding where we are from.
All right. This is a message from St. Fadra, and he says, please reintroduce James. That you didn't come in with your usual, yeah. The energy wasn't there this morning. Don't worry. On the other side of the break, he's going to break the airwaves when we come back in after a break. He then says, gym wears are now something else. Considering our society, decency matters. He then says, how about gym instructors touching ladies anyhow in the gym? I think that's a whole different conversation.
That's a different.
That's a different ball game. And then he says, I censor what I look at in the gym. Well, I mean, St. Fadra knows why he's there. Go there, pump some iron, and then go home. Jelly. Because, but I mean, how often will you go to the gym, bird box, do your workouts, and then go home? Well, St. Fadra, you are trying. You're doing the Lord's work. Is all I can actually say. Stan says, gyms are a showroom for different kinds and genres of people. Some go there to press their phones, some to get a rich catch, some ladies to advertise their their worldly jobs, if you know what I mean. Now, while some go to get connections, and one thing related to all these sets of people is the way they dress, exposure of camel toe by the ladies and other things by the guys. Yes, guys are not left out of this one as well. And please, let's remember, Nigeria has a culture that cannot be compared to the West. All right. Let's take our first break of the morning. Let's breathe. Let's breathe and get ourselves back together. When we come back in, we'll continue the conversation. We'll pick it up some more messages I can see here. You all have a couple of comments about this issue. Well, I'll take them on the other side. This is the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1. Don't go anywhere. Keep it tuned.
You know when you were saying that, when that guy said, well, some girls come here to advertise I wanted to help you complete it, their go-go.
Yeah,
what's his name? Uzo Ayokunmi will say it's their gongo. Go. It's so funny.
What's Bombo?
Now, they are loads.
Hey.
They are tools.
They are tools. What's the word?
You just type
Is it Yoruba?
Eh?
Is it Yoruba? What is that? What is that?
You know, Uzo Ayokunmi is Igbo. Go, like their things. Load or package.
Oh, okay. I don't think I'm familiar with it.
Oh, if you've watched his this with what's her name? Bimbo, therapy section. Yes, no. Therapy section with Bimbo. It says
Bimbo.
Yeah, a comedy skit. You hear him say it a lot.
All you YouTube people.
Yeah. You don't have a choice.
I don't think that is true, but okay.
YouTube? Try it once and you see. So okay, no. You are single. That's why I cannot. Yeah. Can I change the channel self?
What does YouTube have to do with being single?
It's my wife. No, actually, that's what I should have told you. Because me, I'm married.
You get taking rabbit holes that normally you wouldn't go down.
I'm married. My wife owns the remote controller. Sometimes she makes me hold it for her to change channels, but she
can you imagine? Baba, stand. Say, I will not do this again.
I'm sorry for you. You don't, but I don't take advice from the person that is telling you now. I'm advising you. The remote belongs to your wife. She doesn't care if you want to watch Man U versus Liverpool, bro. I want YouTube. What's showing on YouTube? In fact, if you are watching something, you see that you're having too much fun. So please change this thing. Put it on YouTube. Is there no new movie? No new movie.
Can you just imagine? Your rights.
You're not saying want to go somewhere else. You're not saying want to go to watch.
We'll take this issue up.
He said?
We'll take this issue up. Your rights matter, man. Come on.
No, don't follow. Don't follow. Stay where you are. When you get married, you know what I mean. If you want a peaceful home, you just align, obey.
Can you imagine? Just align.
Yes, align. Get with the program.
You get why I never married.
Yeah. Just know.
You know Sabi alive.
Hey. You must. So
I'm
if
not
you
giving
want
to
them to stay
alignment.
home, you want your marriage to be fine and okay, just give them what they want. Align.
Oh, Lord have
Even
mercy.
if you have another television, you say, okay, I want to go to the parlor to go and watch. Okay, why are you now? Okay. What? Why? Okay, you want to be alone. You want to be on your own.
Oh, you want to talk to somebody else, Abi?
My brother,
You can carry you go where you don't know.
I'm happy like this. I like YouTube. I watch a lot of. I'll tell you all the names of the channels to watch nice stuff. And all the actors that are reigning on YouTube, I do all of them.
Oh, man. That's a serious matter.
And I think Africa Magic AMVCA should award Best Actor from across board, including YouTube.
Because I want to imagine, I want to imagine that there's some good stuff on there.
No, there are. I mean, not a lot, but there
Okay.
are a couple. Some of them, you question why it has to be 2 hours, 30 minutes. Like, what the heck? But
2 hours
hey, you
of
don't need to
what?
watch those ones. Yeah, you can forward it. You know the story already. Just forward it to some parts.
No, wow. 2 hours, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
When
I've
is
said
not
this, but
Avengers?
no Nigerian movie should be more than 90 minutes. But they know
Yes.
we're great.
They don't listen. But so, which is why I watch the ones of 1 hour 30, 1 hour 20. Those are just straight up. But you see some of them 2 hours. I just what? How much is YouTube no money that you are dragging for that?
The
I
one in
have
the
to.
cinema now, Steph, is 3 hours now. Ginger, with all of the female actors, with all of the
No,
actresses.
but it's. I don't think it's fair. It's
What
not
are they
fair.
doing for 3 hours? When it's not
It's not
Titanic
fair.
or Avengers?
I don't think you get. There's no value in that. Self. It's better for us to have turnout of numbers. Do you understand? Because if I'm going to pay the same amount, I now spend 3 hours for something I would have watched, you'd have gotten times 2 of those people. Do you understand what I'm saying? They now put them there for 3 hours. How many do you possibly want to turn out, or how many viewers you want to get in a day? So it doesn't make sense.
Now, wow.
3 hours for what? That's
Gone
what
are the
part
day,
one and part two on YouTube.
gone are the days when person goes, you don't watch 3 hour movie one time. You watch a bit, you
Uh,
come back later, you pick it up until you're
My
done.
point is not even worth it. They are not even giving you enough to justify that amount of
value.
time. Right. Yes.
Because what's the story really? 3 hours? Come on, man. That's where they have the room to overflog scenes and just give you unnecessary
Exactly.
Don't
silence.
start adding those
Escalating.
things. Those scenes where you're like, what exactly is the point of this scene? What has this scene added to the to the entire movie itself?
Yeah, 3 hours, too much. I can't
Okay.
sit in cinema for 3 hours. Why?
Well, it probably depends on the movie, Sha.
Yeah, it does. But most of these, like I said, Nigeria movies, they don't know how to do anything. So let them just give us 90 minutes and be going.
Me, I'll sleep. I'll sleep. 3 hours, I'll sleep.
Right? Almost there.
Meanwhile, it
Uh,
looks like Smooth is having major adverts these days, though. Look how
I'm
lengthy
telling
is
you,
this
it's
break
time
is.
to spend. Yeah.
this one choke. No, this particular one could be a choke. But amen to that. Amen to that.
HOP.
We are walking. We are walking. We are walking. All right. Finally back. Welcome back into the Grapevine. It's Thursday morning, Smooth 98.1. Smooth Breakfast is what you are listening to. We love music, we love life, we love great gist and entertainment, and that's what the Grapevine is all about. 37 minutes past 8 a.m. My name is Ayokunmi. Welcome. If you're just tuning in for the first time, and if you've been here right from the get-go, you are the real MVPs, and we are glad to have you with us. Join us on WhatsApp, join us on YouTube, 0911-999-0981, 0911-999-0981. YouTube, we're at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. All right, still have two big men with me on this one. James Silas.
Yeah. Good morning,
That's
everybody.
that's
Thank you
out.
for the introduction. Shout out to what's his name again?
So
Fajo.
Fadro.
That one's for you, Fajo.
And of course, Oris also on the call with us. Oris, welcome back in to the show.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
so
you very much.
let's jump back into the discussions here. And this one is music related. And this one was interesting for me because I really want to get perspective on this one. And it has to do with Nigerian rapper Emeka Akumefule, but we know him as Blaqbonez. Now, he has said that artists should not be defined solely based on streams and charts, stressing that numbers could easily be manipulated. Now, Blaqbonez, who has repeatedly claimed that bots were being used to manipulate streaming numbers and chart positions in Nigeria, stated this while replying to a fan who accused him for being a hypocrite for celebrating his diss song for Odumodu Black ACL, hitting #1 on the Apple Music Nigeria chart. Was that, Oris, was that double standards by Blaqbonez, and his assertion that streams and charts should not be the sole defining factor where artists are concerned? But it seems that's the currency in this day and age.
Yeah, I think, of course, I'm not sure I'm a big Blaqbonez fan, by the way, and I've been since, I think I first saw him perform in Lagos 2018 or so, and I wrote about it that particular evening. I just thought it was the future because he managed to combine, what's it called now? Like something that was familiar for Nigerian audiences, but they also had a sort of like American, I guess, swag that is unavoidable if you are in the rap business. In any case, I do think that yes, there's a certain level of hypocrisy in the statement he made on Twitter, and it's kind of unavoidable when you think about it. For most artists, it is fine to insult, belittle, demean, diminish things like awards, things like charts, if they are not on it. I think by now everybody should be aware. If you don't win, it's the worst thing in the world you get. But once it enters into your hands, you're like, finally, yes. As though your win validates the essence of the award. It's a very, very common thing that happens to most artists, especially if they are like relatively new and haven't quite won much in their career. So when I saw that, because I saw that tweet myself when he actually posted, maybe a few minutes after, I was like, you know what? I see what's happening here. But still, there is also what he said subsequently, which is he doesn't believe that he should define an artist. That bit I agree with. Unfortunately, we're at a time when streams, I think it's one of the, I don't know if it's an issue, but it's one of the features of the modern age is that things like streams, things like charts come into play. But I've always insisted that numbers are only tell, in my own view, a small part of the artistic story. You understand? For instance, pop music generally would almost always best rap music or R&B or something, because pop music is by nature just popular music. If it's catchy enough, it's supposed to be popular. So it doesn't seem fair if you're now measuring everything by numbers, because that would mean that this particular genre is always going to be superior. Okay. Now, to come to Blaqbonez, of course, this thing began mostly because of the whole thing with his whole beef with Odumodu Black, which, of course, for me, both of them are decent artists, but Blaqbonez is a slightly better rapper than Odumodu is.
Slightly.
So I guess part of what you said?
Slightly.
Yes, I'm saying slightly because Odumodu also has its charms. I was at, I think it was, how many nights ago now? 3 or 4 nights ago, on Sunday or Saturday night. He performed at an event that I was at somewhere on the island. And I was just impressed. The guy just has incredible energy on stage. So I can't take that one away from him. And that's, I think, is valuable when you're doing rap music. Anyway, but to come back to the Twitter thing. So yes, Black is right in that this should not be the only thing that decides. But if you're not celebrating it, it then feels a little bit like, okay, what exactly does this mean? But like I said earlier, there's always hypocrisy for artists when they haven't won a particular thing. If your name hasn't showed up at the top of the charts, it doesn't mean much. If you haven't held that award in your hand, it doesn't mean much. But of course, once you enter there, it's almost like you are the one who is validating these things. So for Blaqbonez, I think he knows, generally speaking, that Blaqbonez style is a little bit too, I don't know what the word to use. Is it sophisticated, or I don't think that he would ever really be heavily mainstream.
All right.
So I understand his perspective, honestly, about, what, maybe just maybe this isn't it. But he's right. Generally speaking, you shouldn't allow numbers dictate, or rather state how good you are at your particular job in the music business. I don't think it's fair.
All right. James, streams
Yeah.
and charts should not solely define an artist. I mean, what else should be that defining factor where an artist is actually concerned?
I think I always say this thing anyway, but in my own case, I always say it about awards that you should not define your greatness as an artist. So sometimes you see that both fans and artists go crazy and they don't win certain awards and everything. And you would have heard some artists say, "Oh, when I didn't get this award, or when someone else was announced, or when they just feel I was down, it felt like I had not done." But if you get that nomination at all, first of all, it should make you feel good that at least they recognize your work. So, and the same thing applies with the numbers. Numbers, of course, for me, can be manipulated. A lot of people they talk about bots and all of these things, but the funny thing, if I got 1 million streams, I got 10 billion streams, and all of that, if that does not amount to naira and kobo, then where is the stream, or where's what's happened, or how? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's but when it comes to validating you as a person, as an artist, I think it goes way beyond all of those things. You cannot validate yourself as an artist. Yes, you can encourage yourself, you can be confident in yourself or whatever. But you see, it's actually the fans. It's actually about the people that listen to you. It's actually about what people say. If today, like always just said now that um he likes Blaqbonez, or when it comes to, he just put a bit of comparison to say, oh, he thinks that Blaqbonez is better than a bit better than Odumodu. Those are the things that actually are valid in terms of how the conversation can go. Somebody else can come and tell you that no, Odumodu Black is so, but hearing these things just sort of tells you that some people are listening to you, some people feel this way about you, and that's valid. That's actually a better way to go around it. And actually, being confident in what you talk about, being authentic, being real with the things you talk about, or the way you write your songs, goes a long way. The truth is that music is about creating music, or creating how you feel, or not just creating music and being able to promote it for people to hear. There are a lot of great artists that we have everywhere that you think that this person is excellent. I mean, you listen to the songwriting, the everything, the delivery, everything, but nobody knows the person. But if the person is not on the popular stream, or what's it called, on the popular conversation, sometimes it makes it seem like that person is not really as good as they may think, or how. But if peradventure that person crosses the way we talk about, say, okay, I've heard this guy. Let me just use for example, I've heard Ida Hams, for instance. I think Ida Hams is is
Okay.
a great artist, and then I tell what's his name, Oris. I say, Oris, listen to this guy, and he listens. I said, oh wow, this guy is very good. And the same way, he also talks about, or tweets about it. It is start spreading. That's how people get to know, okay, oh wow, this is cool, this is good, this person is good. So the person may not have that number. It's like what he said about Blaqbonez, and even being a rapper generally. They don't get a lot of fans like the pop artists. It's not the same thing. They don't have a lot of listenership, numbers as much as the pop artists. But does that mean that they are not as good, or they are not good at all? No, these guys are talented. In fact, for me personally, I think that rappers are if you are looking at songwriters, rappers should be number one in a lot of those lists, because they take out time to write metaphors, punchlines. They break it down from A to Z. Do you understand? It's not just about
Yeah.
giving you two words and then carry the rest with bridge and chorus, and then give us two verses. And at the end of 1 minute 30 seconds, the song is done. Rappers don't play like that. They actually, that is why it is okay. You hear them go at each other. It is banter for banter, because they know if you are good, you are good. If you can challenge your other rap, and that's the art, or the beauty of that art of rap music. So, but hey, what do we know? We're just airing our opinion.
Rap music, poetry in motion, most definitely. Or did you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say that James should speak for himself. I know a lot of things about this subject.
Which why? I just gave you
We
hype
just
now.
said, what do we know? We have given our opinion. You know, saying that me, I
Oh,
know a lot of
okay.
things about
I
this subject.
mean,
I
I'm
cannot
just
agree.
saying.
I
I'm just
cannot
saying.
agree
I
because
mean, I'm just saying.
I sabi this. In fact, that's probably the other thing that should matter, and that's one of the things I have an issue with the current, maybe not the current. It has always been like this. This idea of validation. You are right. I've never believed it. That numbers are enough. There are too many idiots over philosophers per square inch in Nigeria that we can never decide that the public is the arbiter of taste. It's not possible. Now, the issue is this: is that we haven't built a local system that ensures everybody here understands that there are people here who know and can validate how great they are. Every time it happens, people are taking these things abroad. Of course, you win the Grammy, suddenly you are the greatest artist ever. But I probably know a lot more than the guys who are the Grammys. Not probably, I certainly know a lot more about Nigerian music than they do. But who is going to scare that? Oh, recently I'm talking about Nigerian music on Smooth FM. If we are not, or if you are not at the Grammys, if you are not on CNN, they would say, you know what, you guys don't know enough. That's one of the issues I think I have with Nigerian pop culture generally, is that we have not built local systems that are respected and are viewed as authority that can validate artists and say, you know what, if we say this is good, then it certainly is good. Now everybody needs to take that thing and take it out there. In fact, Blaqbonez is one of them. In a private conversation, I should not be saying this publicly. I remember speaking to Blaqbonez before one of the headies a few years ago, and he was saying that currently in the music business, people are gauging their greatness according to how many performances they've had outside of the country. Nobody really cares about performing in Nigeria anymore. I think that thing is reflected too in terms of the media validation that they
All
receive.
right.
Is that if Smooth FM does a list today, they would consider it inferior to a Billboard list, just because, of course, Billboard is, of course, very well known, but also like foreign. But we probably know, not probably, we definitely know a lot more about Afrobeats than the guys at Billboard. But that's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is. Let me take messages. Daniel in Festac says, "Good morning, Smooth. This take on indecent dressing is fake wokeness. I have been to different continents and lived outside Nigeria. There are laws against indecent exposure and behavior in some Western countries. Also, you can't wear a suit and enter a swimming pool in Nigeria, so a false equivalence. In Islamic countries, the women cannot wear gym clothes outside. In the US and Europe, they are banning the hijab, so saying there's no law against dressing is false. Countries have rules and ethics governing them. Dressing on stages or movies is different from wearing clothes in public spaces. P.S. Men can and do dress indecently as well, but it's not to the same scale as women." All right. Thank you, Daniel,
Yeah,
for
is
sharing your
right.
thank you, Daniel, for sharing your thoughts. Victor says the ladies in the West are not as curvy as the ones in Africa. So the women in Africa, especially Southern African women, Tanzanian women, are something else. Victor, where are you carrying us to now? Where are you carrying us to? Tayo says James and Oris going back and forth like Udumodu and Blaqbonez.
No, it's not the same.
He then says the only gym I know are gym class heroes. Ah, I see. Gym class heroes. I see what you did there. Well, looks like they have you in Cupid's chokehold. But anyways, he says, because I've seen things and I never enter the gym. Black is right. Numbers don't do justice. The content actually does. And then he's coming for you, or says, slightly. Check Oris's pockets. He has the Odumodu headgear. Black reminds me of Mode 9 career-wise. Who will tell Odumodu about 8 Harvey Road? Sure won't be
But
me.
guys, Ayo, quickly before we go, the truth is that when it comes to rap, you see that Blaqbonez guy, he came out as a battle rapper from way back, Unilag. I knew him from way back. Like, he wasn't even as nice as today. He raps for commercially or whatever to make good music or whatever. In the days of his being underground and being a battle rapper, I don't know. I can't remember him ever being having a face off with Vector, because Vector too was another very very wicked guy when it comes to battle rap and everything. But you see, Blaqbonez, I knew him from, so which was why he's one of the people I really celebrate when it comes to where he is today as a musician generally, because he came from the bottom and actually truly came up here to the top.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here. Anyways, we need to wrap it up this morning. It has been such an amazing time on the Grapevine. Thank you to you, James Silas, and of course to you, Oris, for making it an amazing one.
Thanks for having us as well. James Silas is everywhere on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. I'm just everywhere. I'm also a music business consultant. So shout out, holla at me if you want to talk business, And yes, if you see me on social media, just tell me, hey, hi, I'm from the Grapevine. I'll holla back. Peace.
All right then, Oris.
Yeah, it's catch Oris. Always online, never on the street, please. CATTHORIS. And yeah, we'll be back again next week.
Yes, indeed. Back again next week. Thank you guys so much. Before we go, special birthday shout out to a very, very good friend of mine. Halima, today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have an amazing, amazing one. And we are going to feast. I don't know how you want to do it, but we shall feast. That one is most definite. All right. Until we meet again next week on The Grapevine. Well, that's Tuesday at 8:15 here on Smooth 98.1. My name is Ayokunmi Kekere. The Smooth Breakfast definitely kicks on. Don't go anywhere.
Ayo.